So with my computer this past week, you know the problems I've been having, Victor. But so to share, my computer has been crashing when I try to use Tom Clancy's The Division 2, and but it's more or less been okay when I was using the City Skylines game. So it's a game that's got a lot of fast-moving graphics versus City Skylines, not so much. And I need some new parts. Do you want to
Yeah, so
explain again?
we were going over what could be the issue. I already kind of knew the issue because she was using old parts from my old computer that we put together, so I knew which parts were actually good and bad. Um, there was in the situation that she was having, there was generally three main components that could be wrong. It's either the CPU, the central processing unit, the RAM, which is the random access memory, or the graphics card that she had. And all in all, it turned out to be the graphics card, which was the issue, which is what was the issue beforehand also. This time it finally died.
You know what? I think I just remembered that when you built this computer for me,
Mm-hmm.
you said I could get a graphics card, or you were like, but I have this old one if you're not really going to be playing games. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be playing games. I'm just using this for the internet, just using this for typing. Don't worry. And then now that I've gotten, so I'm playing a few video games, like as I guess you predicted even back then.
Yeah, because it already had problems back then. It was an old 660 graphics card, which yeah, it could use update.
So the 660 number, you've said a few other numbers about graphics cards recently. The bigger the number, the more new recent it is. Is that how that works? Or
essentially, like right now, the Navidia graphics are they have the newest one. I think is like the 2080.
For right now, that is the best you can get.
Like the 2080. These are commercial grade. Or not commercial. These are like consumer grade graphics cards, because there's commercial grade graphics cards that go well beyond what we can get.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, for the consumer grade, the 2080, that it's like one top of the line. It's it essentially, and I mean you'd run anything that you want on that.
And then you also said you recommended I get a certain number, because that way when in the future we kind of recycle your current graphics card and what is about to be my new graphics card, and in the future we can recycle them together to become a stronger video.
Yeah, so what we can do with the graphics card is it's called SLI.
What's that?
I do not remember what its name,
okay,
what that stands for, but it's essentially taking both the graphics card's power and using them together to make a more powerful graphics card. So if you have two of the same generation of graphics card, so we're going to get like the exact same graphics card, which is a 1080. Then if one day we upgrade one of the computers, then we can take the two graphics cards, the two 1080s, put them in the same computer, and then
share the love.
Yeah, that computer will just have the strength, potentially even of like the single graphics card that we upgrade to.
That's pretty cool.
So it would be very similar. There's still like a lot of times, a lot of games don't like the SLI configuration. So there's been issues with it, but for the most part, you're just creating a more powerful computer graphics card.